The band Chvrches is a really great band with a really unique and interesting style. In this video, I'm going to give you 4 things I think we can learn from them about style. Hey guys, my name is Aaron Geezy and welcome to the Geeztown Perspective. I'm a singer-songwriter and producer, and this is where I share my perspective on some things. Today, we're going to be talking about the band Chvrches and 4 things I think we can learn from them about style. And if you haven't listened to the band Chvrches, you don't know what I'm talking about, pause this video right now, go check out some of their music, look up The Mother We Share or Leave a Trace or any of their other songs. But go listen to them first, come back here, and other than that, we'll get into it. But guys, style sells, all right? Style is the difference between being old and boring and new and exciting, and I think we all want to be new and exciting. So here we are, we're going to get right into it. Number 1, the first thing I think we can learn from Chvrches about style is to be original, all right? What they didn't do is they didn't look to whoever else is popular at the time and go, we need to copy that, we need to be like that. They figured out their own thing. They figured out what they like. They made it their own. You know, they came up with something that's unique and different that no one else really sounds like, no one else is really doing. And I just see a lot of people falling into this trap where they get inspired by an artist, and that's great that you're inspired. I'm glad you're getting started. But the problem is they want to sound just like that artist, and they never really develop their own style. They never, figure out their own thing. I've seen this happen with Skrillex. All of a sudden everyone got into dubstep, everyone wanted to do dubstep, but no one ever got to be more popular than Skrillex with dubstep. Because how it works is if you have a choice between the leader, the original thing that that made this idea popular, and someone else that's just copying it, I mean, which one are you going to choose? You're always going to go for the original, the thing that inspired everyone to begin with, right? So the same thing happened with Mumford and Sons. I saw all kinds of bands trying to sound like that. I see so many pop punk bands trying to sound just like Blink-182. So many people try to do the auto-tune thing like T-Pain. That's a whole other, mess that I'm not going to cover in this video. But the idea is, Chvrches sets a great example. Be original, all right? Do your own thing. Be original. All right, number 2, the second thing I think we can learn from Chvrches about style is don't forget about the basics, okay? This is another trap I see people falling into, is that they get so into style and an image and a look that they forget about the basic things that music needs to do. I mean, Chvrches, they didn't forget about the basics. They still have great rhythm, great melody, great hooks, great lyrics, all right? I mean, a great analogy that I like is, say if you're going to start a restaurant, all right, and you figure out that the most popular food item that people order, that people want to eat, is chicken. Okay, you probably want to have chicken on your menu in some way, some form. I mean, depending on what kind of restaurant you have, maybe it's Kung Pao chicken or chicken Alfredo, grilled chicken. You can have a different style of chicken, but knowing that that's the most popular food item, you still probably want to have that on the menu in some way, shape, or form, right? When it comes to music, all right, here's one example. People like music that they can move to. Okay, whether that be, a rock band that has, you have music that gets the mosh pits going, or maybe your, electronic, EDM, whatever, dance thing, you get people break dancing, spinning on their head, doing all that stuff. I mean, depending on what genre of music you do, it's a different, way of dancing or whatever, but you need to have those basic things covered that people expect music to have. Yeah, make it your own, do your own thing with it, but cover those basics. Chvrches does a great job of that. Okay, number 3, third thing I think we can learn from Chvrches about style is to have cohesiveness and a consistency to it. All right, you don't have one band member looking like a 90s grunge band, another band member looking like some crazy Mohawk punk band, and then another guy looking like Justin Bieber. I mean, they you look at them and it looks like a band. They have a consistency, a cohesiveness, and not only that, but their music, the sound of their music fits their visual image, and that's kind of a subjective thing. I'm not totally sure on how those connections get made. I mean, maybe someone has some better idea on how to explain that. But when you look at Chvrches, their image and their music go together. When you look at, Nirvana, their image and their music goes together. You look at, like a crazy punk band with mohawks, a lot of times, their attitude and their image, their lyrics, all that stuff, those things all go together. But the idea is to have a consistency with your style. And I think, again, Chvrches does a great job of this. All right, number 4. All right, the fourth thing I think we can learn from Chvrches about style is that they didn't try to reinvent the wheel. All right. They have, some kind of 80s sounding synths and drum machines. It's not, if you go and listen to some 80s bands, like maybe like Devo or something like that, they don't quite sound like that. They did their own thing with it, but you can tell it's definitely influenced by some of that stuff with some of the sounds that they have. And a lot of times that's what great style is. It's just a new take on something that's already been done. It's taking, something that's already been popular and, tweaking it and making it your own, and, and that's what I think you need to do to figure out your style. Figure out what you like, but then figure out what you can change to take it to the next level. All right, what you can do different to make it your own. Things that you like that are part of your personality that you can bring that out. So, in conclusion, all right, the band Chvrches, they're a great band. They've got great style, but instead of just looking at them and going, we need to copy this, we need to be just like them because they're so cool, learn from the philosophy, learn from the things I just talked about. See the things that they're a good example of and do those, and not just try to be just like them. Be yourself by doing, those things. So that's all I've got for you. If this is your first time watching my channel, make sure you check out my video for my song Miracle. I think you'll like that. I put a lot of hard work into it. Other than that, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. If there's anything you think I left out on, or any other bands that you think are great examples of this, let me know in the comments. Other than that, I'll see you next time.